Hello, everyone, and good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you for being in the show. Again, welcome to Angie's Talk Show. This is Angie Ostajic, and I'm super happy to have you guys here. I'm super glad that you are here with me and can join me into this talk show again. So I'm super excited today because today I have wonderful guests. But before we're gonna go ahead and to our guest, this show tonight is dedicated to International Wheelchair Foundation because there's so many people out there who are really willing to help out and really wanting to collaborate with us in doing what we are doing in helping a lot of people who have those disability, and with the collaboration of so many people wanting to help, we will provide independence and freedom of mobility to all the people in need. So first off, I'm going to introduce you to Alan because Alan is one of the founder and a principal of the International Wheelchair Foundation. And I am one of the what we call just the founding volunteers. So let's go ahead and talk to Alan a little bit. He will speak in Tagalog. So this is Alan, you guys, and I'm introducing you to him. So say hello, Alan.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat, mga na nakikinig at nanonood dito sa Angie Talk Show. Okay, ito pong usapan namin ngayon is talking about International Wheelchair Foundation. I'm very glad at ito pong wheelchair foundation na ito ay napakarami na pong sumusuporta at tumutulong sa amin para itulong din sa mga kababayan natin sa Pilipinas, lalong-lalo na po yung mga person with disability. Yun po.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alan, for joining us tonight. I know that you are busy, but I just want to introduce you to our viewers before we're going to go and show our special guest tonight. I'm super excited about our special guest. Oh my gosh, you cannot believe, but I have, I don't know if I can pronounce their name, is SHANAYA and Ishan. Oh my gosh, they're gonna kill me, but they're gonna introduce themselves. By the way, guys, welcome. And these are my favorite people in the world that came and joined me on my talk show tonight. So tell me a little bit about you. We're gonna start with Shanaya.
Okay. I'm Shanaya. So, what should I say about me? I'm a nerd through and through. I love science and music and art. And school. School is my happy place. I love to learn. I love to compete with Ishan and kick his butt because who doesn't like to? Yeah.
Shania was literally doing calculus by candlelight last night because we lost power in our place. That is how dedicated she is to school. Like, she's an absolute machine.
Hardworking, I guess.
You're also teaching yourself the piano right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn piano. It's fun. It's a different kind of challenge than I'm used to. Like, with school, it's more logical thinking, whereas with music, it helps use more of your brain, and it's good for my hands, keeps them active. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. In behalf of all the viewers around the world, we thank you so very much for being here with us. And I might not be able to say your name very nicely, but I know it's very special. So please pardon me. My apologies with my accent. It's hard to say it. But yes, you are 18 years old.
I'm almost 18. I'm 17 right now.
Okay, you're almost 18
I'm
and
close.
yeah, and you're going for university, planning to
Yeah.
take bachelor in
Yeah.
science. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, tell me, why do you want science?
Um, I really, well, I like science because it's logical and there's like a cause and effect to everything. And it just boils down the way the world works. I really like learning about the human body and functions. I My end goal is to become a genetic counselor. I really want a career where I am able to help people, but I also get to be nerdy. And so I just think it's a fun thing to
Yeah,
do, and
yeah.
yeah.
I bet. Um, Shania, I know that you have this disability that get you like, since you were 4 years old, you've been in your power chair. Like, tell us more about that.
So I was born with a condition called SMA, spinal muscular atrophy. Um, and so it's a genetic condition where your body doesn't produce enough of the protein in your muscles that make them work. Um, and so my muscles basically just don't really want to function. They're kind of lazy. So I used to be able to walk for a little while when I was younger, but as it's a degenerative condition, so as you grow or gain weight, or just like get older, you lose muscle function over time. So
Mm.
I got my first power chair when I was about 4, and I still used a manual chair before that, but I was able to like go from pieces of furniture to furniture.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just really excited you're getting this bachelor's in science. Now you can really help a lot of people more study about body and share what's going on in their body and how can they help them. So that's amazing. So thank you very much for sharing that. I gonna go ahead and talk to Ishan. Okay. I gonna
Hello.
Hey,
talk.
Sean.
Okay, tell us a little bit about you.
Uh, my name is Sean. I am in my second year of university right now. I'm getting a bachelor's of in psychology. I started out wanting to be a psychologist, and then I realized I had made a terrible mistake. And so right now, what I'm focusing on is becoming a lawyer. I really want to be a defense lawyer. I want to give a voice to people who maybe conventionally don't get a voice. I want to be able to get them access to different resources and just help the people that might be underrepresented. I play a lot of chess. I like learning about new things. I play hockey. Yeah, I'm a goalie. I was the best goalie in Canada in 2017. I'm
Oh
still
my.
holding on there. I peaked at 16 years old, and yeah, I remind myself of that pretty often.
Congratulations! Awesome. In spite of your disability, you beat someone in hockey. Oh my gosh. I want to hear more about that. Totally. So tell us a little bit more about what you are in now. I know that you've been in your wheelchair too as well. And what resulted, like, why are you in your wheelchair? And how long ago?
So I have same condition, spinal muscular atrophy type 2, same condition as Shania. As she basically said it, not much better than I could really. Yeah, like it's a degenerative condition.
How long?
How long? Thank you.
You're
Geez,
welcome.
I got lost on that one. I have been in my wheelchair since 2 years old, I think.
Mhm.
yeah, it's been driving my whole life.
Wow. Well, you know what? I just salute you for everything, in spite of what your disabilities there, and you still push yourself with a courage to really follow your dream. And no matter what, you are there to get it done, what you need to get it done, which is amazing. And I'm so fascinated. 2017, you won award for Canada's best goalie. My goodness, I would love to hear more about that. Definitely. But before we're gonna go farther, I want to say hello to Jesse. Thank you so much for watching, Jesse. Gustavo Vaz, my friend, thank you so much. Rod Quintanita from Australia, thank you so much for watching. Gilbert, thank you so much. Lily Ahonen, thank you. Lily is also a caregiver for children who are in wheelchairs too as well. I want to thank you, Rod. Thank you for watching, and Ray Evangelista, and of course Alan Bryan, who was here with us a while ago, who's the founder of International Wheelchair Foundation, and also Joel Andres is watching. So thank you guys so much. So we're gonna tell you a little bit about the Wheelchair Foundation. We are actually sending money to the Philippines with all the collaborators that we have here in Canada, bringing all the money together. And last month, we're so proud of our collaborators. We sent 10 wheelchairs, or accomplished 10 wheelchairs to the Philippines, to those in need. And so that's why, guys, it's a very special day today. It's a holy Saturday, and here we are talking about giving back to those in need. And very blessed and grateful to have you both in the show, because I really want to hear, and all the viewers, I want them to hear how passionate you are, how big-hearted you are, to just go and push whatever you need to be done and get it done. So thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Melissa, for watching, and also Roniel. Thank you guys so much. So we're gonna go ahead and continue our questions, because I have so much more. I'm so interested in hearing more of your stories. So there is some saying that I heard, and it's been told, and I've been told that both of you have this huge pet peeve of being called inspiring. Why is that? Tell us more.
Well, it's really annoying to be called inspiring just because you have a disability. Like, I haven't done anything amazing or exceptional in my life. But for some reason, people think that when I get dragged out of bed by my mother in the morning, it's just something amazing and to be in awe of. And I don't think that that's a good precedent or expectation to have. That expectations should be higher, I guess. And they should at least be the same for someone who has like full abilities of their bodies. I don't know.
Yeah, like we should be inspiring for the things that we do, and not just for, like Shanaya said, getting up in the morning. We definitely hold higher expectations for ourselves. We need our basic. The difference between us and maybe someone who's able-bodied is just that we need some of our basic needs met in a different way. I think kind of it as someone with glasses, right? Like, we wouldn't call someone with glasses inspiring because they got up in the morning and like, oh my gosh, you're basically blind without them. How do you do life? All they need is they just need to get on their glasses. They have their basic needs met, and then they're able to live a perfectly normal life. I think that's kind of how Shanae and I see our disability. As long as we get a little bit of help meeting our basic needs, we should totally be able to live as anyone else would.
And then, once you hand out the label of inspiring, it should be because of accomplishments that are above and beyond what other people do. Not,
Yeah. So I would say, Shania, I would say, definitely has some inspiring attributes in that she was doing calculus by candlelight. Like, honestly, I would have just called it a night and gone to bed. So that is inspiring, but it's not inspiring because she's disabled. And I think that distinction needs to be made a little bit more often.
Well, first off, I want to salute your mother and your dad for being who they are and doing all those things that they're doing for you. Their courage to face every single day and always, like, looking forward to what's this day gonna give to me, because I guess every single day is exciting, right? Because something always different gonna come. And so I want to salute them. Karen, is a hero. And I want to tell you this, even though you don't like it. I want to call you an inspiration for me personally, and I will tell you the reason why. There's a lot of people who are perfectly perfect. They have their hands, everything perfect. They have food on their table. They can work. They have limbs that move. They're not in a wheelchair. But guess what? They still complain about themselves and they want to kill themselves. They want to commit a suicide. They want, like, stuff like that. For me, I am so inspired because, like, for people to get up in the morning and be grateful and just being like excited to what's the day gonna bring me, to me, like that alone, like it's a I wanna like, and to see what's ahead on that day, take it day by day. I guess that's why I said I'm inspired by you to just get up in the morning.
Could we respond to that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing is, especially on the suicide note, I myself struggle with depression. I definitely had an issue a few months ago, with just wrestling with that. So I don't think that is I don't think that that's a weakness per se. It is a mental condition that needs to be treated. I don't see it any differently than I do my inability to walk. It's something that needs to be treated carefully and with grace and understanding. Um, and then
I think like everyone has some sort of, I guess, disability, you could call it, where everyone has some shortcomings. For us, one of ours happens to be our legs, and you happen to be able to see it. But everyone, even those who have fully functioning bodies, have other like mental barriers that they struggle with, and just because you can't see those doesn't mean they're there. And I don't know, it's just
yeah, I think that's great. Also, the idea of not complaining because other people have it worse, I think, is a really dangerous idea because it invalidates your own experience. And I think that people need to be kinder towards themselves and also others. Just because some kids are starving in other parts of the world, that doesn't mean that today didn't suck, right? Like maybe you got a paper cut. Like we don't measure pain relative to other people, right? Like
pain is still pain.
yeah, if
like
you
no matter what.
if you got a paper cut, I wouldn't respond with like, oh well, have you had your leg cut off before? Like that's not how we measure
Oh,
pain,
yes,
right?
understandable. Yes, yes.
So it's yeah, we need to be more understanding towards ourselves and other people's situations, and just because other people have it worse doesn't mean that.
And everyone like complains about something every day. That is what a lot of communication turns out to be. I think, and that's okay because that's how we can relate to people. It's like, oh, you got paper cut today? I did too. It hurts. But yeah, it's a way to relate to someone. And like, if you had a paper cut today and you're like, man, this really hurts. But then you see me and I'm in a wheelchair and you're like, oh
Mm,
gosh, I
mhm,
can't tell her that. She has it so much worse than I do. Meanwhile, I have a
mhm,
paper cut too, and I'm like, man, this sucks. Like,
mhm,
you should be free to share that with me
mhm,
just because I'm in a wheelchair. Like, it doesn't make sense to withhold that part of you
mhm,
because of pity, basically.
mhm,
Also, going off on that, if you withhold your own suffering from people who are also in suffering, I think it. Let's say like Shanaya's example, you're having a bad day, but you don't want to tell Shanaya and I about it because we must have it much worse.
mhm,
Um, it it kind of dehumanizes us because we still want to connect with you and we still want to bond
mhm.
with you over something, and it kind of puts us up on like, do you know what I'm
A
trying to say?
pedestal.
Yeah, a pedestal. That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. It puts us up on a pedestal of suffering, which is quite the pedestal, I must say. But
Mhm,
it's yeah, I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, so
mhm,
like by doing that, you're both internalizing your own suffering, and that's a problem, but you're also not allowing other people to connect with you.
mhm,
So,
mhm. Wow, that is so powerful. And you are right. And I heard this one quote. It says, there is no greater disability in the society than the inability to see a person as more. And that is from Robert Hensley. There's a lot of people like maybe I totally 100% agree when you say it doesn't mean that he has a full capability of doing things and he still think of the things like that unthinkable. It doesn't mean that it's not happening deep inside them, and that is powerful on how to recognize on how people are really are, and everything that we see in other people are kind of disability no matter what. Like maybe they are like what you have said, like maybe that's what their thoughts it is, because it's a mind that really is holding them back from thinking more and bigger, and because of the lack of communication. And I love the fact that people will need to look for people they can trust and relate and connect their feelings, because that's what I learned from you, that the more they connect, the more they can learn, and the more they can see themselves and how other people are doing out there. And I like that, because it's very, very important that we all can contribute into helping each other and elevating each other by impacting their lives in our own simple ways, which is really amazing. Well, thank you so much. That's really powerful, you both. And I know that you guys have this interest too, and I need to ask this because I know you have you have interest and hobbies. So I want to ask you, what do you do when you are not busy being disabled? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? Tell us more.
Do you want me to talk about happy or?
I'll start. As I said before, I'm a huge nerd. So I really like Marvel and superheroes and Star
Yes.
Wars and Lord of the Rings. It's
Okay,
a
I know
little
what
much.
gift I'm gonna bring you, because I love those superheroes too. Okay, sorry to cut you. Yes,
That's awesome. Yeah.
yes.
And science and yeah, music. I really like sketching.
Mm.
I It's a good way for me to relax sometimes.
Mhm.
Requires all of my brain power, and so um, it's helps me from like stressing about other things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Taking your mind away from
reading.
reading. Yes, I wanna,
Oh,
I wanna ask you that you love books too as well. So, what are your
love
favorite
books.
books? Yes, yes. Yeah. What do you read? Like basically, what
Uh,
kind of
I have
books?
so many favorite books.
Yeah.
I have shelves of books. I had to get my stepdad to build me more shelves for my room because I didn't have enough space for my books.
Mhm.
Um, What are some of my favorite books?
You like Harry Potter?
Love Harry Potter.
You're reading, what's that books you keep reading and showing to everyone that you meet?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
It's really pretty though. Honestly, prettiest book you'll ever find.
What's it called?
Called The Octonumi. But Me Before You was a good book. There's this one book that I read in grade 5 and I absolutely adore it. It's an adventure kind of book. It's called Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes. But I really like science fiction, adventure kind of stories, novels. Yeah. The
And
bigger the
Bible-
book, the better.
Yeah, I know that's gonna sometimes that's the only thing for me because I love to hear other than to read. And whenever I read, oh my gosh, like you don't like me on this one, but when I read, it put me to sleep. So it's like my sleeping pills.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I need to tell you that. But guess what, guys? To all our viewers, just in case you don't know this, but I'm gonna tell you. Shanaya also love acting, and guess what? He been casted in a lead role in her school play. Tell us more about that.
So we're doing Shakespeare, A Midsummer's Night's Dream. It's painful. Fun, but painful. I love the character that I got casted as. He's absolutely ridiculous and so wordy. So wordy. When he speaks in excessively long and verbose paragraphs. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's a good way for me to socialize. I'm an introvert myself, so I'm not one to typically go up to a person and say, "Hey, how's it going?" But the drama kids at school are always so friendly and just so great, and so it's really fun to hang out with them. And I like putting work into something and then being able to like see the final product. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you. With all those things that you are doing, I'm pretty sure your plates are full with all those things that you've been doing. So
Yes.
you got no time to think of anything else but to have fun. That's awesome. Well, first of all, I want to say hello again to our viewers, Rita Lynn, and from Winnipeg, I do believe Zinky Smith, Agnes from Edmonton, Mel Bergonia. My gosh, she's from the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. Alicia Nolasco, thank you so much for watching. And also to Jim Dismore. Thank you guys so much from different countries around the world. We thank you so much, and we're glad you're here with us. So let's go back. Okay, thank you, Shanaya. How can I not say that? I need to say it for months and months before I can say it.
It's a tough one.
But beautiful. I'm gonna learn it so that when one time I'm gonna surprise you, I got it right.
Sweet.
Ishan, let's go back to you. How about you? What are your interests and your hobbies that you love doing?
Well, I'm super competitive. I play power hockey and power soccer, which is in my power chair. That's what I play goalie in. And basically the way that works, we just strap a stick onto my chair and I just drive off and try and stop shots and play and win.
People.
It's so much fun. Yeah, hit people. Like, what more could you want from life? It's super fun. I like to win at everything I do. It's a bit of a problem. Shanae and I compete in basically everything.
Everything.
And it's so much fun. I game. I play a lot of chess. What else do I do? I do improv. Unfortunately, not right now due to COVID. But before COVID, I was doing improv, and that was super fun. You just get to go and make stories up as you go along, and just super chaotic, super fun. And you just get to, act act like an idiot for an hour.
And have fun. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's amazing. With all the things that you guys are doing, I don't know how your mom and that like keep up with all those activities that you guys love doing. So, but you know what? I am super super happy for you. But there is another thing that I really really want to ask you guys. What are your thoughts with racism? I don't know if I say that right, but like there are so many things right now, especially nowadays. People are thinking about like I have different color, and people see me and look at me in different way. I speak differently, or whatever it is that is going on in the world, and it's very important for people to know that no matter what. That's why I have this quote and I love it the most. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. That's why there's a lot of people like, if you are so busy judging people, when is the time to love them? And so I really want people to hear that we are all special in our own simple ways. But how about you both? What are your thoughts about when they say racism? What are your thoughts on those?
I like how you just looked over to me like, you got this one, Sean. Okay. Racism. Jeez, that's a big and super complex topic. I'm not going to be able to do it justice. But we'll give it our best shot.
Mhm.
We
Discrimination in general
Yes, discrimination.
is often a learned behavior, I think. It's something that you're taught rather than something that you go out to actively do out of like true hatred. It's often based in fear of differences, I think.
there's not too many racist babies around. So
Yeah.
it's definitely like Shania said, a learned behavior. And I think it comes from a fear of difference. And I think that there's clearly a lot of suffering as a result of it because people don't understand how to just stop and listen. There's people. I think people make a lot of assumptions. And so Shanae and I, for example, we haven't experienced too much racism in our lives, but we have experienced ableism, and I think there are some parallels. For example, people will often come up to us and ask the able-bodied person next to us, like, "Oh, what's their name?" Because they assume that we can't talk or that we maybe have some cognitive disability. And so Shanae and I will always have to battle those assumptions. And I think that's a large part of racism too, is you're constantly having to battle assumptions. So in conversations now, I know I do, I think Shania probably does as well. We always try to get the first word in because we're constantly trying to get ahead of what they're assuming about us. I always bring up in every conversation with someone new that I live on my own, and I do that to show like, hey, I can be independent, and I can live on my own just as anyone my age could.
Wow.
And
Yes.
I think that's racism. So I guess how do you battle those assumptions right off the gate? You know,
Yeah.
like that's exhausting, and my heart goes out to everybody that is a victim of that. It's truly an exhausting battle, and one that I can't truly imagine. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel really bad for both the people that are victims of it and the people who are the perpetrators of it, because they haven't been taught to listen and to accept and celebrate differences, which I think is something that our world really needs, is the ability to listen. We often get so caught up in our own ideas and opinions that we forget that everyone else has them too, and we end up labeling people as being terrible or evil because they don't think the same way we do. And yeah, the world really needs to learn how to listen to each other and accept each other more.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm. Yeah, that is powerful, you guys. Like, each and every one of us has these experiences, and sometimes we cannot just tend, for me personally, I can't tend to think on why people do what they do. And they can never think of the consequences on the other people. But like what you guys both said, it's about those like fear in them that they will be like, I don't know, but sometimes it's better for them maybe to express their feelings or emotions in a different way, but they don't know what will be the consequences and the result of it. And that's why this world is so needing the love. And again, I'm gonna come out with this quote that the hunger for love is much more difficult to remove than the hunger for bread. And that's Mother Teresa. So there's a lot of people around the world that are maybe unloved in so many different ways. And there are also a lot of people who doesn't know how to express what they need. And sometimes it is just the communication that you both are saying, that the proper communication might tend to help in that. How are you feeling? What are you feeling? How can I make you feel better today? What can
Mhm.
I do to make your better day today? So there's just the communication. And if we are so kind enough just to spare that, and as a spare a smile, that is a charity. Just a smile is a charity. We might not be much for you, but it's a lot for the people who are feeling down, and really needing that love. And that is the expression of love. And it is so true to all the people out there who are experiencing that racism, who are experiencing that pain in there. I would love you very much, Shayana and Aisham, to please give them your message to all these people who are feeling that in their heart, being different and being treated different way.
Yeah. Um, I yeah. I know it's definitely something that I'm currently trying to deal with, even with myself still.
Mhm.
I'm often quite self-conscious about how I'm different and stuff. And lately,
Mhm.
I've I've tried to take my focus off of the things I can't change,
Mm.
and just focus on the things that I can, and learn
Mhm.
to love myself basically,
Mhm.
as I am, and just try to focus on some more self compassion, and think, yeah, jeez, I'm floundering here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think a good place to start is to recognize your shortcomings
Mhm.
and be okay with them,
Mhm.
especially the ones that you can't change.
Mm.
And then once you get past that, then you can work on making the things that you can change better. Um, and then, yeah, you just have to educate people and try and show them that you're a person too.
Mm. Mhm.
And make sure that you see other people as people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really ironic. Like, you're not going to be able to change yourself until you accept yourself as you are.
Mm.
And so, yeah,
Powerful, powerful, and I love the fact, and what you said there, that we can only do, we can only be in control for the things that we can change. and and allow those things that we cannot, because those are the things that we can, and just leave it to them. And I say to a lot of people, people will love you for who you are no matter what. And if they cannot accept you, that's their business. It's not, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
my business. If they cannot accept me for who I am, well, that's their business. I mean, I'll give that to them. But at the end of the day, I love the fact that Isham said about being compassionate to your own self, because nobody can love you more than you can. Nobody can love you more than you can. Nobody knows you more than you know yourself. So be who you are and don't change for other people to accept you. Because if you will change, then you're going to be so tired to keep changing and keeping up with everybody. And that is so, like, it's going to be so hard. And like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if how I gonna live my life to be keep on keeping up with expectations of others. And I don't know how to live that way. And I like I'm like with Isham, that like I'm very competitive, and if I gonna be stop being competitive and just being loud and who I am, and they always tell me, Angie, you're so loud. Oh, I'm sorry, but I want to be heard. And so, like, I just want to be loved. It's just me, and accept me for who I am, and that's what it is. And as long as my heart, it doesn't mean to hurt anybody, but always do the good things for other people, and I'll continue to be who I am. And that's what I want to leave as a legacy, because that's important. And if you're going to start showing who you are, then you are going to accept the people who will love you truly, and not and you're gonna shield yourself with fake people that as if they love you, but they don't. They if they understand you, but they don't. So like you're gonna shield yourself with those fake people too. So because you really want to be who you are and accept it for who you are. Now we are coming to the last hour, so I'm gonna ask this one. What do you wish to see in this world becoming in the future? What's your wishes?
Shania kind of covered it earlier.
Mm.
My my thing is that people have forgotten how to listen to each other, um, and we have come to demonize people who think differently and who act differently.
Mm.
And I think that we need to learn to appreciate the inherent beauty in differences.
Mm.
And I don't. I when it comes to politics or religion, for example,
Mhm.
there's so much polarization where people who think differently or are part of a different group than you are,
Mhm.
they're the ones in the wrong. And I think that people have forgotten or maybe never even knew in the first place the empathy needed to interact with one group.
Mhm.
And I would like the ability to put one in someone else's put yourself in someone else's shoes
Mhm.
to be more widespread, and for us to learn how to listen before we speak and before we make an
Mm.
opinion even. I just get to hear other people's stories more often. That's what I'd like to see change.
Powerful, powerful. This world will be a better place, and this world will be like a better place with better people. And if we all learn how to communicate and not see through the people, but in the people, see inside the people what's going on with their lives, and be part of that change. And if you can empower them in ways, like do it, but empower them, impact them in a positive way. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's powerful, Isham. Thank you. How about you?
Yeah, something along the same lines. I find that in communication and with social media, especially,
Mm.
people are very hot-headed when they make comments or posts, and
Mm.
The problem with social media is that with a click of a button, you can find
Oh gosh,
someone
yes.
who agrees with every shower thought you ever had.
Mm.
And while that's nice and it builds connections around the world, it can create an echo chamber of
Mm.
your opinions just like constantly being pushed back on you. And so you are all of the sudden like, oh my gosh, I am so right all of the time.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm, mhm,
and so it limits the ability for people to see what the rest of the world has to say,
mhm,
not
mhm,
just the few people that are like, oh my gosh, weird geniuses.
mhm,
Um, and so, yeah, I think I want better communication, better understanding,
mhm,
and just the ability to take a step back and let like emotions settle
mhm,
down
mhm,
before you have a conversation about a topic, and
mhm,
um, just like go in with not the conviction that you're right and they're wrong, but
mhm, mhm,
to just be open to hearing what they have to say. And
mhm,
then afterwards, take that information, take what you originally thought, and maybe now what you have changed your mind on, put it together, and then present that idea.
mhm,
Um, and
mhm.
just be okay with saying that you're wrong.
Yes.
And
Mhm,
like, don't have that overpowering sense of pride that you can't say you're wrong because that somehow makes you like less of a person. Um, and just to, yeah, accept that, oh, yeah, no, that first thought I had, it wasn't as educated as it could have been. Um, but this is what I think now.
I
mhm,
also think that people need to be there needs to be a less of a stigma around
mhm,
being wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
people need to be more accepting of other people when they're wrong and allow
yes.
them to change.
Mhm,
You can't punish people for their past actions if they demonstrate
Mm-hmm.
that they are remorseful of them. Yeah, and basically, people need to be humble themselves, and other people need to be more.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that is a big change. If we are all be kind to each other, if we are all try and give time to understand, like Shania is saying, if we can all give just that moment to fill in into why people are acting the way they are acting, and at the same time on why see not only the differences of the people but also their heart. And if we can have all those communication, this world will be a better place to be in. And I salute a young adult like you both, and congratulations, Ishan, you move out. And soon
Yeah.
enough, I guess it's Shayana. Shayana.
Shanaya.
Shinaya is
Close.
moving soon. Okay, very close. Very close.
Very close.
It's moving soon. Like you're gonna be in university too, so that is amazing. And yes, I will be praying for you both. I know you're gonna do really, really well. And I know that there will be a lot of people out there who are listening to us. And again, there's a Jane Doe. Thank you so much for watching. Gayla and Susan from Toronto. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited at having you here. Thank you for all your support. And again, guys, from the bottom of my heart and all our viewers around the world, we cannot thank you enough for being here. And also, guys, to all those people who are listening, we are all in this together to be opening our heart to each and individual, to love each other. It doesn't matter what their differences are, to love and be kind to each other. And just put, like Ishan said, just put your feet on other people's shoes and take it. And like Shaina said, that let's just step back, let those emotions settle before you open your mouth, because you need to consider and think on what these consequences of your words gonna do to other people. So I am super proud of you both, and just being who you are, and down the road, like really cheering you up from the back, becoming a lawyer and depending all the people who cannot depend themselves. We salute you, and we're praying for you that you gonna go ahead and finish that. And also to Shaina, we're really very very grateful that there are people like you want to study about like the body, like in sciences, so that we can help a lot more people. I know for a fact your parents are super proud of you, and I am super proud of you and what you guys do. And for all those people out there, as I said, if we have the ability to really give your compassion and empathy to people who have differences in so many different kind, open your heart, just a little tiny crack of that, it will shine soon enough. That love will shine. And for all the things that we are doing every day, be very careful and what's out, because kindness will go a long way. And if you will spread enough kindness in the world, soon enough we will create a ripple effect that is soon it gonna be done to everyone. And even though people are doing injustice to you, just keep a smile on your face and love them anyway. Love them anyway. That's a virtue. So again, guys, thank you so much. And our foundation, International Wheelchair Foundation, we keep on pushing it and loving more people, bringing more wheelchairs to the Philippines for those who are incapable of having wheelchairs. And please help us. If you guys have the heart to just $150, we'll give one wheelchair and 2 months of groceries to people in need in the Philippines. $150 will go a long way. And last month, I'm super proud with all the collaborators. 10 wheelchairs is been given to all those. And this month, I am excited. Hopefully, more wheelchairs will be going to them, and not only in the Philippines. Hopefully, gonna be international. So with the love of all of you, and with the kindness, thoughtfulness, time of Ishan and Shahina. Shanaya.
Shanaya. Shanaya.
Shanaya, with all your kind. Oh my gosh, my viewers gonna really gonna shoot me with this. It's been a long, like almost an hour. I can't speak. I can't tell your name. You need to give me a tutoring and training on how to say your name. Isham, I have no problem a little bit in there, but you're gonna give me, because down the road you're gonna come back to my show. So, so
Sounds good.
anyway,
Sounds good.
All right.
and you said you're an introvert. Not at all. To me, you're just to have all those power in your mind that need to come out. So just keep doing it. Just keep voicing it out. And Jam, just be competitive like me. Just like find ways to compete. And I'll cheer you from behind. So, anyways, thank you guys so much. In behalf of all the viewers and all the viewers, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really love you guys. Karen, thank you. And Sosan, thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here in the show. And I'm so glad that all our viewers are here. Until then, again, we will have another session. If you want to be on my show, please message me. But I'm fully booked for the month of April, and I'm booking for May. So thank you guys so much. We love you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Be kind out there, and there's not enough kindness that go around the world. And keep loving people. Again, what I said a while ago: if you are busy judging others, you will never have no time to love them. So stop judging others and just get busy loving them. So again, you have a wonderful night, and thank you for everything that you're doing out there. And we love you. Say hello and bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
This
It
was a blast.
awesome.
Yeah, I had so
So
much
much
fun.
fun.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, guys.